My name is David Wolfe. Welcome to Paranormal Pickers. So, here we are again out on the road. We just got a call from a friend of mine with the initials MJ. He doesn't want his name revealed for obvious reasons because he's got some cool stuff. This place is awesome down in around Nashville, Tennessee, and we're going to actually be picking up an item that was from John Wayne Gacy. Yeah, this is the killer clown, the guy that was from back in the 70s that killed 33 guys. You know,
is that we know of?
That we know of, yeah. Good point there, man. Man, I am stoked and excited over this. This is cool. We're just now heading out of town, and so this will be a couple-hour trip. But this place is going to be phenomenal. I've been wanting to see it, and I finally got a break. We're both off work at the same time, so I know the guy's got a job. He's got a job, man.
I love it.
He loves it.
I love it.
Yeah. So I love my job, but being a therapist, counselor, whatever, it's pretty cool.
But we're both off today, so
yeah, it's a rare
chance it's okay.
I know. So even though we both want to kind of sleep in, but that's okay. You know,
do what you gotta do.
We can sleep another day. What's sleep? Okay.
Exactly.
But anyhow, we're fixing to head on the William Natcher as we speak right now. We're turning down that way once again to go down to MJ's place. It's a beautiful day. We couldn't pick a better day to go.
It is.
You know? So, well, yeah, we're excited about going down here. So we'll be back after these messages. So we're almost there. We're actually here outskirts of Nashville. Very nice part of it. Goodlettsville, right?
I guess I'm just going wherever you take me.
You're just going wherever?
I don't know where we're at.
Well, that being said, I've got to turn around because it looks like I might have tossed it up or something. Okay, so we're here at my friend's house down in Nashville, Tennessee, and we're just starting up here, coming up in here, and first thing I noticed when coming up here is this name here, and that's H.H. Holmes. Now, some of you may know that name, some of you may not be wondering who's H.H. Holmes. H.H. Holmes, in my opinion, was probably one of the very first serial killers here, and there probably might have been some more, but a lot of people say he was the very first one. Some people have even connected him to being the Jack the Ripper. And what's the significance about this particular picture?
It's a Wonderland billboard. It's a magic advertisement, but they would travel around the world, exhibits kind of like P.T. Barnum would do, and they had that when Holmes was arrested. They made a wax figure of him, and they were touring and displaying him while he was on trial.
Wow. So he was still alive when this was going around?
Yes, it was.
Oh, amazing.
That's right after his capture.
That's crazy. And there's some H.H. Holmes memorabilia there, too. As well as some cadaver shots. And look at this. This picture is actually worth quite a bit of money because it has numerous skulls, body, fetal skulls, baby skulls, and all that inside here from the old doctor photos, which I've seen some of these before like that, but never one with this amount of the skulls and stuff in it, which true makes it worth more, right?
It's an old medical college photo. It's the medical class.
Right. Well, from here, this is just a start. I came this far, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is going to be pretty cool. But you hadn't seen nothing yet until we go into this other room. It's phenomenal in here. So let's get ready to go in there. We walked in here in this room, in this house here, and the first thing I noticed, because I know this kind of stuff in here, is this painting right here. Some of you see this, you'll know right off the bat what that is. Those of you don't, you should. And there should be a name. David can maybe zoom in on that. The name should be, jumping out at you like a fork in the eye. I mean, this is pretty wild. Yeah, that's it. This is a John Wayne Gacy painting. And he did some of these pogo pictures. He did several of these, didn't he?
Yeah, he did quite a few of them. He would have like an assembly line lined up where he would paint all the reds, all the whites, all the blues.
I heard that recently.
But the thing about this one, this is like his first run of them when he first started doing it before he used stencils, because he started using stencils so he could start spitting them out.
Wow.
So that's the one that's pre-stencil.
Wow. Makes it more valuable.
A little bit.
Yeah. And then below it, we've got none other than the Lizzie Borden actual picture. If you've known anything about Lizzie Borden, the little nursery rhyme that used to be with it, gave her father, was it 40 whacks?
Yeah, the jump
When
rope.
she found out what she'd done, she gave her mother 21 or 41? Something like that, yeah. My mom used to tell me that little nursery rhyme, which is kind of creepy. But this is actual death photo of, and is this original?
It's the original, as far as I know, photo of her dead, and below there is a contract he signed the day before his murder.
Oh my
He was gonna
gosh.
do some work.
So this is his autograph?
Yes.
Wow. How cool is that? Other stuff, if we look down through here, you see some headhunting stuff, some other weird material, everything from these kind of skulls. And everything I noticed about him has a story to it, which is really cool. I don't know if you noticed this right above here that you just panned around. Who's that picture? Yeah, that's Manson himself. Yep.
It is.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. What do you think about that, Dave?
That's his hair in that jar.
Yeah, I've got some of that, which is pretty cool. And there's the man, in my opinion, one of my heroes, Robert Ripley. I mean, he's just freaking. Well, I grew up watching it with, and he. When I watched it, it was on in the late 70s and 80s, and that was Jack Palance. It was Ripley's Believe It or Not. So yeah. So this is actually a cannibal fork. What? Yeah, a cannibal fork. And you said that there's reason for that because they didn't want to touch the flesh.
They didn't want to touch the human flesh with their hands, so they would always use the forks.
What? Wow. Yeah, that's pretty wild.
And a weird known thing about cannibalism: if they wouldn't eat you like a king, you weren't worthy of being eaten.
Oh.
So it was an insult. You were an insult to them, so they wouldn't eat you.
Oh, so I was just plain Jane. They wouldn't eat me? That's good. Okay, I'm glad. What? So this is very cool, and that is this guy right here. Oh my gosh, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to come up here too, other than some of the other stuff. But does this skull look familiar to anybody? It should. This is Edward. What was his last name? Mandrake. Edward Mandrake was actually royalty, and he actually had two heads, sorta. And he would claim that his head in the back would actually talk to him and tell him awful things at night and stuff to do, and would keep him up, and it drove him mad, so mad that, correct me if I'm wrong, he would end up going into an asylum, right?
Yeah, same asylum.
Yeah. Are you allowed to say how you got that, or?
It's just a purchase from a private collector.
Okay, private collector, exactly. And there he is. That's his actual skull of the man. That's just wild to me. That you would have something like this in here. How many people can say that? And this is of a very famous person. I've seen people that they've had actual outlaws, pickled head and stuff like from the Old West. You would see tour sideshows, and sometimes, and it kind of remind me of that. I can't remember the one outlaw's head, but his head, it was, you could always see it in like a pickle jar. It's pretty gross. There's some other, oddities and items and gaffs here. What is this here? I meant to ask about that earlier. What exactly is this? Is there a story?
There's little Peruvian death dolls that were buried with the mummies, and they're made out of mummy wrappings. So they're just death dolls that's buried with mummies.
That is amazing.
I like how casual you say that. Just
it's just a death doll. It's okay. This is cool. Just because I love old freak show stuff and gaffs and the real.
That's not a gaff.
That's not a gaff though. This is, I know that. Yeah. But I'm just telling you, I even love the gaffs too. But this is the real deal. This is and if you look up here, you can see the real. The old sideshow posters that they used to have. Look at that. See, you got the name of the guy who did the. Yeah, that's all awesome. That's so cool. The two-headed calf. And correct me if I'm wrong, they would tour sometimes the live ones, wouldn't they? Or was it more of the stuffed ones?
They're all stuff mounted. They didn't live to be past 3 days normally.
Okay.
There's a few that's known that's still not two-headed, but the freak ones that's got extra legs. Tails, or growing out of their backs are still living.
Wow.
So those are still around. But the two-headed ones, they usually didn't last more than a week. They were pretty much dead.
Yeah, what is the story with this up here? Or you've got kind of a voodoo thing going on here, looks like. What exactly are these?
That's from the Fugo tribe. They would hang those over their huts to keep the evil spirits away.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
The tribe was a headhunter piece. They would take the monkey and kill them and eat the brains. And they decorate them with the horns and all that, and then hang them over their huts.
What?
The doorway going in to keep the spirits away.
And there's another serial killer item back here in the back. Correct me if I'm wrong, right?
That's correct. That's a signed check.
Yeah. Wow.
From who?
Herb Breitmeister.
What was he known for?
Don't give me lying to you. I mean, I just got so much going on with all these things. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's okay. You can look that up, folks, and be able to see exactly. You got everything like a fetal skull, like a little kid skull, and skeleton. What drew my attention is this box right here. He told us some stories about this box, and this actually has the remains of basically Aleister Crowley's was one of his underlings, or apprentice. Right? Yeah. What was his name?
Alan Cracknell, the Great Malini.
Alan Cracknell, the Great Malini, and he's in there, which is so cool. This is just wild. This is probably, and I'm not exaggerating, I've seen some great pieces and some great places. This is probably one of my favorite ones. This is, you can even ask my son, I was giddy as a schoolgirl coming down here, just because I've known you for a while and finally get to come here and look at all this stuff, unique stuff.